Digital marketers do wrong is that they try to sell, and push products or offers on business owners that it's either not the right fit. So I never really knew what I wanted to do. I went to college just with the idea that I was going to do some sort of business major. I ended up being a sports management major, so I kind of had an idea that I wanted to work in sports. I didn't know if I wanted to be a high school or college coach. I did an internship in college working for a minor league baseball team, so I thought maybe I'd work for the Cardinals or some sort of sports organization. And I did the internship and hated it, but I was already halfway through college, so I figured I would just go through with the rest of the 2 years and graduate. And along the way, I took some marketing classes, really liked the idea of marketing. But when I started applying for jobs out of college, the only marketing jobs were very entry level, basically not doing obviously what we do today, and very surface level. So I ended up getting into a sales job, which kind of started my career there right after college. When I transitioned from medical device sales into running my own digital marketing agency, I kind of thought that I had it all figured out just because I knew how to sell. So in my last job, there was basically two companies. They either had to buy from me or they had to buy from them. So I had a pretty good client base. I really knew what I was doing and I was very comfortable in doing that. And so as I made the transition into digital marketing, I knew a lot of business owners. I knew a lot of people that could probably utilize my services. And I thought it was going to be just as easy as medical device sales. And I figured out very quickly that it wasn't. And also I had a lot to learn just about running a business in general. So I started investing in masterminds and self-development programs that really kind of taught me the personal branding side to what I know today. And I always thought it would be really cool for anytime someone needed a digital marketing company, that I would just be the person to be tagged. Or if it was a digital marketer that wanted advice on how to grow and scale or how to do SEO or PPC and what that looked like, hey, go talk to Adam. And so I never really thought that it would come to fruition, especially this early on. It's only been about a year and a half since I've been doing it full time, but I realized that what so many digital marketing companies or digital marketers do wrong is that they try to sell, and push products or offers on business owners that it's either not the right fit, they don't have the right money for it, or any number of issues. And so as I was trying to grow and scale my marketing agency on the side while I was in medical device sales, I didn't have the time or the ability to focus on personal branding and content. So I was that digital marketer that tried to sell everybody on an offer, or tried to cold DM businesses and cold call and things like that. And it never got me anywhere. And I quickly realized that I had to pivot. And so I really started to put a focus on that once I went full time. I look back at a lot of the things that I started to do in 2018 in digital marketing and some of the courses that I was learning, and just realized if I would have started 3 years prior, I would have had a completely different trajectory. I wouldn't necessarily change the path that I went on, only because my experience in medical device sales, which is what I ended up doing for about 5 years, the sales acumen that I learned there, just the overall experiences that I had. I got to travel pretty much the country pretty consistently. So I wouldn't have changed the route that I would have gone, but if I could go back and start it back in 2015, maybe I would have. I think for me, really being able to step away from the day-to-day in my business, it's not ever going to go away, but I don't think it's one specific thing. But right now, our team is growing, and it's given me the ability to come to events like this, to go to other mastermind events, ideally, hopefully speak at more events in the future, and not worry about our clients not getting served. So I think for me, that's just a peace of mind. It almost feels like I should be doing more, or that I'm missing something. But I think for me, like that brings me the most joy, because I'm letting other people do what they're actually good at. And I realized I was spending so much time and energy and stress focusing on all the things that, one, I'm not good at doing, and two, I probably shouldn't be spending time and energy on. The biggest one is probably the initial anxiety that I felt from making the transition from just myself into Hite. So before I made the transition to Hite, I was the sales rep, the business owner, the account manager, the project manager. I was even doing a lot of those projects. So the anxiety of just not only making that transition, but then also letting go of basically my baby, excitement as well. So the moment that I stopped being on basically client meetings consistently allowed me to realize again that I wasn't spending my time probably in the best way. And so it was exciting for me to really get into more of my zone of genius in that sales and prospecting and personal branding and content mode. I would say I've been overwhelmed as well. So we obviously grew very quickly. I hired a second account manager literally 6 weeks after officially joining Hite. And so I think there were certain aspects in my business that I was very overwhelmed because I didn't know how we were going to be able to handle more clients not from the fulfillment side, but more so the account management, making sure everyone had the right attention, the right products and the right services and all those things. They fulfilled as well because again, kind of going back to that initial point of being able to step away from the business and have the business be able to maintain and grow without me being there has been a phenomenal thing. And then the last thing would be accomplished. We were the franchise of the year in 2021, which was amazing. I have an amazing team behind me and there's been so many personal accomplishments for them in their professional careers. And we've, grown to be the largest franchise right now, and we're continuing to do so. That's a great question. And it's very tough for me. Like my business coach asked me to do the exact same thing. And I look back at this time last year when I didn't even know what Hite was. So it's very hard for me to look at the year ahead. Obviously, I think I have a more clear picture. But for me, it's focusing on the things that actually matter and staying true to that, not getting caught up in things that are not pushing me forward or even things that are kind of keeping me at status quo. And so that's spending my time, energy, and money in the right places. And so for me, what I want to do is I want to continue to grow our team and hire probably 2 to 3 more people over the next year that will really just allow the business to now scale without me being there. So I think it's 2 things. I think it's to connect and network with as many people as possible. The answer to your question, your main question, is probably in this room. And so it's very important to connect with as many people as possible and then also be vocal about what you're looking for. Most people are going to events and they have in their mind what they want, but they're not telling other people what they want. So I think that networking and connection is a key piece. And then second, you're gonna absorb a lot of information at these types of events. For me, the key has always been to absorb everything, but focus on actually going back and implementing one thing. If you try to take in everything and then go start implementing everything, you're going to struggle because you're gonna be in all of these different directions and it's probably not gonna go well. So focus on the one thing that as you get all this information that you're gonna actually go take back and implement because you'll be way better off for doing so.
Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to our amazing members that are coming and sharing their journey about digital marketing agency and also life in general. If you want to learn more about these inspiring stories, make sure to click over here or learn about the speakers that are coming and sharing their knowledge with us over here. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe somewhere over here. We'll share also any links about our inner circle, mastermind events, and our big event of the year down below.